Wow, has today been an incredible whirlwind of emotion. I woke up this morning, I felt really good. I read some of the Word, shared some thoughts on the book of Amos with my husband, and had a cup of coffee, and the weather was supposed to be decent today, so I decided to go on my weekly long walk, which is a 6.5 mile walk. During that walk I listened to 2 sermons. They were both about a year and a half old. They were from Pastor Philip Anthony Mitchell, his Wisdom and Wonder series, or maybe it was Cross the Commission. Anyway, the passage was in Matthew when he was talking about he sends his disciples off to go across the sea while he spends time alone in prayer. And the whole sermon was very, very good. I could do a deep dive into that at another time. And it really left me feeling really refreshed and good things, good reminders of when we are facing storms in our lives to rely on Jesus and that He is there with us through all those storms. And many of you know, if you've been traveling with me over the last several weeks, that I've had my own storms happening. I've had storms with just the constant up and down of spiritual attack and the devil trying to get hold of me and discourage me, and then the God reassuring me. And so today, after feeling really, really good and doing this great walk, so after I got home from my walk and feeling really good, sweaty, but feeling really good, and I started to immediately write down, I had taken on my notes app on my phone while I was on my walk listening to Pastor Mitchell, to transpose it into my Bible and just kind of flesh out some of the things I had learned. And I went to my bedroom, to my desk, print something out that my daughter needed, and came upon another rejection from another company that I had applied to 2 weeks ago. And I immediately fell to tears. I immediately started sobbing. My eyes got all puffy. My daughter came in and found me crying, and I'm always very open with them and very honest with them. And I said, I got a rejection. I got another rejection. I predominantly, I've been applying for all kinds of things, but predominantly apply for nonprofit work because that's what I've done for the last decade. And I'm really passionate about nonprofit. And so to get that rejection just kind of undid me and really hurt my heart. The Holy Spirit must have laid it on my husband's heart to call me at that moment, because he called me as I was clamped, and I was like, how did you know to call me? And he said, well, I had a question about something. And he's like, are you okay? And I said, no, I'm really not. I said, I'm really upset. I got another rejection. I don't know why I keep getting rejections. I don't understand why God keeps shutting these different doors. I don't know what He has for me. I don't know what's going on. And I said, and all I can do is trust and wait and pray. And and I told him very honestly, as I went about, if it wasn't for financial aspect, I probably wouldn't be looking for a job at all. I wouldn't. God has shown me amazing things and done amazing things with me in my life, and allowed me to be a missionary to certain people in my life while I've not been working, things that I could not have been free to do and been used by Him in different ways if I would have been working. And it's been really special and really a privilege to do that. And bills don't go away. Bills keep coming. And especially now that my oldest is going off to college in just a few weeks, and there's all kinds of things going on. And, so I feel like I'm always in a battle of, knowing that God has a plan, knowing that He's going to take care of me, knowing He knows what's happening, knowing He can see what's going to happen way down the line, even though I'm not supposed to know or see. I have to just take it on faith. And on the other side of me, getting discouraged and heart-rendered and crying out and sobbing. And yet I know that even when I'm crying and not understanding and getting upset and getting discouraged, that's not sinful. That's not a sin. There's nothing wrong with me getting discouraged. The difference is when I get discouraged, what do I do about it? It's, in the past, if I got discouraged, I would have poured myself a drink. I would have had a nice little gin and tonic. In the past, I would have gotten discouraged and I would have immediately gone to the freezer and opened up a pint of ice cream and ate the entire thing. In the past, I would have gotten discouraged and I would have just laid in bed and cried and sobbed and felt sorry for myself for the rest of the day. But now in the new creation that I am, and what God is working out of me, what He is showing me, is there was a time for me to cry. There was a time for me to be upset. I needed those 10 minutes to be heart-rendered in another disappointment of this journey that I'm on. But God also nudged my soul to say, don't sit in this. Don't wallow in this. Don't get disheartened by this. I knew this would happen. God was telling me, I knew this would happen to you, Joy. I knew this was going to be the result of this application. I knew you were going to get that rejection today. I already knew that you were going to cry. I already knew that you were going to be upset. I already knew. He already knew. And the peace and the assurance that I have right now in my heart, even though I'm still not 100%, even though I'm still disappointed, even though my eyes are probably still puffy from crying, I know He has a plan. I know He will take care of me. I know that somehow, somewhere, He has a job for me, that He has exactly where I'm supposed to go, where I'm supposed to be. I know He knows what the status is of my bank account. He knows how much money is left in there. He knows. And I have tried doing this life without Jesus. I have tried doing all of the world's solutions for disappointment and heartache and tragedy and sickness and all the rest in this life on my own. And so right now, I guess I'll just wait. All I can do right now is just rest in the Lord. That's all I can do, is just rest in Him, rest in His peace, rest in His understanding, rest in His love, and be patient. It's so hard to be patient sometimes for me. I am not a patient person by nature. And God is definitely teaching me patience over the last year, for sure. But I know that in the end, if I relinquish my trust in Him, it's only going to lead me to more heartache. So even when my heart is hurting, I have to fall back and ask God to catch me.